There is a direct connection. There are lots of facts that prove the existence of some powerful artifact of that race. Its power is unbelievable. I was conducting searches of that thing for several years there, but I haven't come out of the base during all that time. You see, they have forbidden field work amongst wild aborigines of the planet. Oh, sorry. So where was I? Yes, I was not only forced to act through these lame agents, but in the end, I had received an order to leave the planet. So I had to die and be born again as Count Ramon. And I have never regretted my decision. I have received one more piece of evidence that the artifact is here, and the data I have gathered proves this theory many times. Absolutely. Don't be surprised, Baron. I need allies. I can't do much alone. Those who serve me know only a tiny bit of the whole picture, and I can't trust them with more information. I need an active, brave, and vigorous man who can know about that mystery, and he must go to the end. But he can't be educated enough to use the artifact by himself. You are an ideal man for that role, Baron. Stop ionizing, Baron. Yes, Ordanos tried to kill you, and you have survived only by a miracle. And yes, now I am also trying to use you. But I am doing it openly. And I don't play games with you like my ex-colleagues. It seems that you haven't got it. Tell me, what were you forced to do after Dr. Rudy picked you up near the drunken lair? It was he who found and nursed you, wasn't it? You mean that you tried to find a local antidote? Well, what can you say about the word bioblockade? Well, Baron, bioblockade is a universal means of improving your immune system. I mean, your general resistance to poisons, damage, diseases, and other such things. Only bioblockade could cure the poison invented by Ordanos. It's strange that it cured you. Our experiments with aborigines have led to fatal outcomes. Do you realize now what cured you and when? Yes. When you were risking your life fulfilling Rudy's assignments, you were completely healthy. My friend, you have been used as another pawn in their game. They used you as they used me and Rumata. Will you believe such people in the future? Or will you believe me? We were enemies, but now we have mutual interests, and we don't have any hard feelings between us. You don't say. I will surprise you more in the future. The Prophet is now more than a myth, and he strikes fear in all of Arkanar. That is only the beginning, Baron, only the beginning. I have reasons to believe that this man or no man also searches for the artifact. If it gets into his hands, I fear the power. If it was some other person, we could have come to some agreement. But the Prophet is driven by a mystical urge for destruction. He won't share the power he gains from the artifact. He will simply wipe out all Arkanar and then the whole Empire. Yes and no. The thing is that I will be one of them, and you will also be with the majority. Take a look around. These walls, this yard, the field down there, the houses in the village. It will not be very long before all this vanishes. There will be no me and no you. Do you understand me? Yes, we need you to find the artifact before the Prophet does. If what I know about him is true, we'll be able to stop this madman and... Yes, and to rebuild this world according to our tastes. So, are you with me? Nothing special yet. We need to gather information about the Prophet himself and the artifact. The latter is on me. I have heard about some sect in Arkanar. If I'm not mistaken, it is called Three Swords. Are you sure that this is not a trick? Could it even be made especially for you? In that case, I ask you to go to Arkanar and find out everything about it. As for me, I will go to Ramon and continue deciphering the writings. You see, barbarians have very interesting legends about the cosmogony of this world. Do you have a communication facility? Great! I see Rudy has given it to you. I will contact you as soon as it will be necessary. And one more thing. I think that it's in our interests to keep it secret from my colleagues, if you understand me. Farewell, Baron.
Well, that's what we actually expected. Am I right? But I actually hesitated until the very last moment. It was hard to believe that Ramon is an Earthman as well. I thought he was just pursuing the mysteries of Ramada. Not complex. They're the same as you, the same as the people inhabiting this planet. They might be more intelligent, they might be older, but they're the same, regardless of their beliefs. So, what are you going to do next? Well, did you forget there was a sect in Arkanar? Three Swords was its name, or something like that. Maybe it's connected with the Prophet in some way. You're talking about Shaito, right? Yes, I remember. Their relations were far from great. And that means that the people at Three Swords must know who the Prophet is and where to find him. Enemies always have a great deal of information about each other. Well, don't you remember the name of the guard? Duba told you about him. You see? Just try to think a bit, and everything becomes clearer. By the way, are you going to tell the Earthmen about Ramon? I wouldn't. Maybe they're just trying to test you. They might send a man who was hunting you, just to see how you would react. But I'd keep my mouth shut anyway. I'd probably say that I realized everything from the very beginning, but didn't show it. It might be, but it might not be as well. I could be mistaken again. I'm not Mika after all. Now his advice would be very helpful indeed. Why? Just ask Ordanos to stab you with that dagger one more time and our old friend the shaman will resurrect you once again. We'd also know if Reba is still there, or if Rumada's condemned him in some way. Oh, shut up. I'm just kidding. I wasn't serious. And you'd have no chance anyway. After this bio-blockade, no poison can hurt you. If Ramon wasn't lying, at least. But look at them. What a bunch of smartasses. Fooled you like kids. Oh, look! Our Baron has finally demonstrated his ability to think. Excellent, Your Grace. You see, the point is that you really might originate from another world. I see, I see. And Ramon just mentioned that experiments with Aborigines in the bioblockade failed. All the subjects died. And you still appear to be alive. And there's also another question. Did Sikorsky know about it when he gave you this medication? Yes, I'm saying exactly that. But I wouldn't jump to conclusions if I was you. He might not have known that. Or that trinket somehow told him that you'd be all right. Well, I'm positive you have more than enough to meditate on, so I'm taking my leave.